Welcome back. Previously, we were discussing about determinants and its properties. Let us discuss some of the other important cases that comes under matrices. Next area, minor of an element of a matrix or a matrix. Okay, next area, minor of an element, and we all know what is meant by element of a matrix. Each individual cell or individual numbers within square brackets is known as elements, and minor of an element, we will discuss that part. So every element of a square matrix has a minor. It is the value of the determinant formed with elements obtained when the rows and the columns in which the element lies are deleted. And how is it done? We all know how to find the determinant. Determinant single amount, or you can know how to how to find the individual determinant of each cells or each element. We will discuss about the computation of minor of an element of a matrix with an example. Then you will get a clear picture about it. For example, let this matrix A be the case of study. It's a square matrix. It's in the order of 3, that is 3 rows and 3 columns, consisting of both positives as well as negative signs. And how we are going to find the minor? For the time being, consider element 2. It appears in the first row and first column. So, from the given matrix, delete first row and first column, so that the determinant form the remaining elements is the minor of 2. We all know how to find the determinant. So if you are selecting 2, the selected cell in which the rows and column is deleted, so that the remaining matrices will be -1, -2, 8 and 6. So it is noted down. So if you solve this, you will get -1 into 6, it will be -6, plus 8 into -2, it will become plus 16. So the value is 10. How you got the value of 10? You have selected one of the element. Here that element was 2. So the minor of the element, that particular element, here the particular element is 2. So the minor of that element is known as that particular value. Here it is 10. So 10 is known as the minor of whatever the element you have selected. Here you have selected 2. So the value is 10. This is known as minor of an element. We will discuss with another example. For the time being, we are selecting another number -1. It's a new step, because for the computation of determinant, we were selecting only any number of elements or number of items in the first row. We don't go for any of the elements within that matrix. But for the computation of minor, you need to find the minor of each individual element, whether it is a 3 into 3 order or whether it is a 4 into 4 order, whatever may be the matrix, but you need to find the minor of all the elements. You not only rely only on the first row itself. In the computation of determinant only, you need to depend upon first row alone. If it was for the determinant, you would have selected 2, 3 and 1. But for the computation of minor of an element of a matrix, you have to select all the elements within this matrix. So, earlier we selected 2. So, on the base of 2, the minor of this element, the element means 2, is 10. So, this is how you are going to find the minor of an element. Okay. Next, we are selecting -1. So, whenever you select an element within a matrix, the row in which that particular element pertain, that row will be cancelled, and the column in which that element is pertains, that column also cancelled. So here the rows and columns are cancelled. See, here the minus 1 is a middle number, so this is the row in which the minus 1 stands. And this is the column in which minus 1 stands. So, all the items within the row and column in which the selected element pertains are cancelled. So, the remaining numbers are 2, 1, 3, 6. See, 2, 1, 3, 6. Now you got the matrix. So, the minor of minus 1 is 9. And how you got 9? 2 into 6, 12. Minus 3 into 1, 3. So, 12 minus 3, 9. Never ever multiply minus 1 with 9. You just need to cross multiply this submatrix. 9 is actually the minor of minus 1. Same way like this here, 10 is the minor of 2. So this is how you are finding the minor of a certain element. You have to find the minor of all the elements within a matrix. When you are asked to find a minor, you need to find all the minors within a matrix. This is the case of minor of an element of a matrix. Next area we are going to study is cofactor of an element. It is quite easy, but its computation is bit confusing. So what is meant by cofactor of an element? Cofactor of an element is obtained by multiplying the minor of that element with minus 1 raised to I plus j. We know how to find the minor of an element. So whenever you get a minor, you need to multiply that minor of that element into minus 1 raised to I plus j. And I and j, we have heard about what is meant by I and j. I means the number of row and j means number of column. Actually, the I and j represents whatever the number or the element you have selected. It's the position of that particular element in that matrix is represented by I and j. You will understand when we are going to discuss the example, you will get a clear picture about it and how we are finding the cofactor of an element. We know how to find the minor of an element. So how we are going to find the cofactor of an element? That is, cofactor of an element for the time being, let it be A23. A23 means 2 represent row, 3 represent column. So A23 means the position of that element in a matrix. For example, here A23 represent means A23 means 2 means second row, 3 means third column. So the cofactor of an element A23 is obtained by multiplying the minor of A23 with minus 1 raised to 2 plus 3. So the cofactor of A23 means whatever the minor you find out into minus 1 raised to I plus j. I plus j means the position of that particular element in that matrix. We will discuss with an example, then you will understand the concept. Remember, the equation for finding the cofactor of an element is just multiply the minor of an element with minus 1 raised to I plus j. For example, here is another matrix. It's a matrix is in the order of 3. So for the time being we are selecting 5. Here 5 as the element. So when 5 is selected, you need to represent it in A23 because 2 means second row, 3 means third column. So for representing fifth 5 or this particular element can be written as A23 and cofactor is represented by alpha 23. So cofactor of this particular 5 or 23 is minus 1 raised to 2 plus 3 into minor of that element. So we know how to find the minor. So if you are selecting 5, the minor of this 5 will be 1, 2, minus 3 and 7. See, if you are selecting 5, you will delete this particular row, that is 6 and 4 will be neglected and 3 and 0 will be neglected. So the remaining numbers are 1, 2, minus 3 and 7. See, 1, 2, minus 3 and 7. By solving that, you will get 1 into 7, 7, minus 3 into 2, it will be minus 6, so it will be naturally 7 plus 6. So 7 plus 6 will be 13. That is the minor of this particular element. And how we are going to find the cofactor? The equation is minor into minus 1 raised to I plus j. So we have 13 as the minor of 5. And now you need to multiply minus 1 raised to I plus j. I represent the point in which this particular element stands. Point means the row. 5 is in the second row, so it will be 2 plus j represents in which column that particular element stands. Here 5 is in the third column, so it is 3. That's how we got minus 1 into 2 plus 3. Next is 2 plus 3, we know 5. So the next step, minus 1 raised to 5 is quite simple. If you are getting a power of an odd number, here the minus 1 will be remaining the same. That is, the negative position will be the same. If you are getting an even number, that is minus 1 raised to like 2 or minus 1 raised to 4 or minus 1 raised to 6 or minus 1 raised to 8. If you are getting a superscript of an even number, here the number will be plus 1. It's quite simple. If you are multiplying a negative number in even order, then final sign will be positive. If you are multiplying the minus 1 in odd number order, then the final number will be negative 1. So here it is odd. Odd means 5. If you are multiplying minus 1 5 times, you will end up minus 1. So minus 1 into 7 plus 6 is 13. So the final answer is minus 13. So this is how you find the cofactor of an element. Even though these things find it simple or easy, the issue is that whenever you are dealing with a question or in an examination, you need to find the cofactor of each element. Each element means here this matrix is in the order of 3. That is, it consists of 3 rows and 3 columns. In simple terms, there are 9 elements. So whenever you are asked to find cofactor, you have to do this computation. Here we computed only for one particular element. You have to do this computation for each and every element within the matrix. So I hope you understand what is meant by minor of an element and what is meant by cofactor of an element. For computing the cofactor, you need to know minor. And remember the signs. Here the minor of an element into minus 1 raised to I plus j. In some texts and in some authors, they have used an equation. Cofactor of an element equal minus 1 raised to I plus j into minor of an element. All the position may change differently, but the answer will be the answer and the computation will be the same. So while dealing with the problem, you may see that this equation has been used in different way. That is minor of an element into minus 1 raised to I plus j. Some cases we will be using minus 1 raised to I plus j into minor of an element. All the answer and the computations all the same. The equation may change. So just go through it. Remember how to find the minor of an element as well as the cofactor of an element. The thing is that whenever you come across a question, you have to find the minor as well as the cofactor. Because if you find only through minor only, you can find the cofactor. And whenever you are asked to find the cofactor, you need to find the cofactor of all the elements. Next one. Here just another case, similar to the same case. If A matrix is given, it's a matrix is order of 3. Find the cofactors of elements 6 and minus 10. Somewhere previously in the class, we have discussed that if a matrix is given, in square bracket it will be a matrix, and if line brackets are used, determinant. So sometimes we use this term synonymously. Just go understand the concept. Okay, here if a matrix is given, find the cofactor of elements 6 and 9. So if you go through 6 here is 6 is in the second row and third column, and minus 9 is in the third row, third column. So this is how you need to identify the position of an element within a matrix, because you need to identify the position within the matrix, then only you can do the computation part, because you have to specifically identify I and J. So usually you may come across a question where you need to find the cofactor of all the elements in a matrix. For the time being, we are using a simple question. So here the cofactor of an element 6 and 9. So first we will deal with element 9. So element 9 is in the position where third row and third column, so it can be represented as A33. So its position is represented by A33, but cofactor is represented by alpha 33. So how you are going to find the cofactor? In order to find the cofactor, you need to find the minor. So if you are selected -9, how you are going to find the minor? So the minor will be, when -9 is selected, the row and the column will be neglected. So the remaining numbers are 3, 4, -2 and 5. See, 3, 4, -2 and 5. So alpha 33 equal to 3 into 5 minus -2 into 4. That is cross multiply. 3 into 5, 15 minus -2 into 4, it will be -8. So we can write 15 plus 8 and you will get 23. So 23 is the minor of this element. 23 is the minor of this element, -9. And how we are going to find the cofactor? It's quite simple. Multiply minor into -1 raised to I plus j. -1 raised to I plus j. I mean the row in which that particular element stands. Here the particular element, here see -9. From -9 only we have done all these computations. So you have to go for the -9. -9 is in the third row and third column. So it will be 3 plus 3. And previously I have said that -1 raised to, if you are getting an even number, then the sign will be plus. If you are getting an odd number, the sign will be minus. So -1 raised to 3 plus 3 is 6. So it will be plus 1. So 23 into 1, 23. You need to identify the signs of each item. Okay, next one, you are asked to find the cofactor of an element in case of 6. So 6 is in the second row, third column. So it can be written as element of 6 is A23. So the cofactor of A23 is alpha 23. So alpha 23 equal to, if you are selecting 6, the corresponding row and the column in which that particular element stands will be neglected. So the remaining items are 3, 4, 7, 3. So 3 into 3 minus 7 into 4, it will be 9 minus 28, that will be minus 19. 9 minus 28 will be minus 19. Minus 19 is the minor of this element, that is 6. And cofactor is if you are multiplying that particular minor. Here the minor of 6 is -9. Multiplying that particular minor with -1 raised to I plus j. I represent the row in which that particular element stands and j represent the column in which that particular element stands. So it's in the second row and third column, so 2 plus 3, it will be 5. Since it is an odd number, the sign will be remain. So -1 into -19, you will get +19. See how the signs works. Here we got +1, here we got -1, but finally we got positive sign for the both cases, because here it was a negative minor, here it was a positive minor. So you need to identify the signs, positions of each element and minor, and as well as the cofactor. While computing for cofactor, you have to be very cautious regarding the position of that particular element in that specific matrix. So just go through all these cases, understand the concept, familiarize the equations and cases and the steps, and be cautious regarding the computation as well as dealing with various signs of each particular elements. So that's all for today. We will discuss about the further cases in the next sessions. Thank you.